live at Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursday.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
We're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding?
Craig Sullivan, it's another week, another hotel room, another city. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. The sun's shining right now. How are you?
Well, I'm a little confused because I'm in Toledo. I've never been here before, and it's got me on a whirlwind of confusion, Craig, and I don't know what time it is.
It's time for an audit.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit. That over there is Craig Sullivan. I'm Glenn Hausman. Thanks for tuning in to the only show in hospitality where the CEO of LinkedIn actually asked us to please stop, and we said no.
No, absolutely not.
Not going to happen. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. And guess what?
What?
Producer Dave. He didn't show
Nope.
up.
Wow.
He's not here today.
Wow.
No Beetlejuice.
I'll tell you, no wonder I was feeling so good today. I like all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, everything feels really not normal. So yeah. Anyway, we're sorry Dave can't be here. He's got caught up with an assignment that he cannot get out of this week. Tisk Dave. I honestly, Craig, it's kind of rude that this is not the only thing that's important to him in this lifetime, right?
Especially with the amount of money you are paying him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just tonight, my mom's like, Glenn, I think I'm having a heart attack. Would you take me to the hospital? I'm like, call your other kids. I got a show to do. As she's hanging up, she's like, you're an only child. Click. So, Mom, I hope you're doing okay. But, you know, the show must go on. Just
show
kidding.
must go on.
She is healthy. I'm in Toledo, Ohio, a city I haven't been to. We'll talk about that in a minute, Craig. But I think it's important that we get our guests on here right away. How says you?
Well, I think we should run an ad for our new sponsor.
We have a sponsor?
Yes, Mando. You know what it's like to travel parsecs in armor, okay? You don't want to smell like a Scarlac pit, you know, or a Nerf herder. When you're traveling to, say, a shitbag planet like Tatooine in your battle armor, whether you're, I don't know, a Jedi Knight, Sith Lord, clone trooper, stormtrooper, or a Mandalorian wearing Beskar. You want to smell as fresh as the living waters on Mandalore. So use Mando.
Great ad over there, Craig. But your timing. Oh, wait, I don't know why I'm only. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. I think I took everyone off the stage. All right. So, Craig, great ad. Oh, that's our guest. We didn't introduce you yet, Ted. What the hell are you doing here? Craig, great ad. Bad timing. Like to send our good wishes out to the family of Carl Weathers, who just passed away a few minutes ago, and you're already in there with Mando stuff.
Oh, yeah. Did not know that, obviously. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Anyway, do we have a guest today?
We do. And you know what?
What?
He's most likely the lead singer of Creed. Okay, we thought Tim might have been, but it's Tequila Ted Torres of Creed.
Hey!
Ted, how are you?
I don't have any sound effects with me this week, so there we go.
Evening, boys. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing this evening?
I am better than great, which was my credo at Alice last week.
I love hearing that. We're going to ask you that question again at the end of the show, and then we're going to compare answers and see how it goes.
I'm sorry, Senator. I have no recollection of what that answer might be.
That's good. I have no recollection to the other
Exactly.
125 Friday night audits that we've done. But it might be the aforementioned
Michelle?
tequila that I think you're going to bring up here, Ted.
Indeed. So yeah, I believe it's a tradition here for the Friday night beverage, right?
It is, but we got to do this first. Dave, I know you're not here. This one's for you. That's right. It's cocktail time. The only thing more popular than the Plug-a-Palooza. That's when our guests get to pick the cocktail, and we usually get to drink it. Although I'm in a hotel room,
They need them.
forgot to get a cocktail, and now I don't have a
Exactly.
drink. But to be fair, I had more than enough Casamigos last night, so I still think I'm feeling it. Ted, what's our drink of the day?
Well, in not in honor of my name, which was given to me from the multiple Creed surf camps that my colleague Mr. Cromwell likes to put on. I actually have something special from the Caribbean islands. I was just there on vacation for about 3 weeks, and I picked up this little beverage. So I have a fresh bottle of Double B dark rum from the island of Dominica, not to be confused with the Dominican Republic, but Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, lush island. You can see the dark rum here. So I'm going to crack that bottle open.
Oh,
Brand new, fresh. Lovely. Wow, that is great. And then I'm going to pour it into my official Creed Blue thermal cup.
nice.
We'll
Is
get
it is it a Stanley Cup, or are you a loser?
No. I don't even know what kind of cup it is. It was our marketing guy gave it to
I
me.
don't know. About a week and a half ago, it seemed like Stanley Cups, or everyone had to have one if you're like a mom or a teenager or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. So do that, and then I actually mix that with Diet Pepsi. So I go in, put a nice healthy serving of rum in that, Diet Pepsi in the cup, and voila, we have what I call, while I'm in the islands, a double skinny Blackbeard pirate.
Oh,
Double
what's it called?
skinny
Double
Blackbeard
skinny
pirate.
Blackbeard pirate. There you go, boys.
Nice.
There's our Friday evening beverage.
Nice. Well,
Outstanding.
cheers. I wish I had a drink here to drink with.
Cheers.
In your Toledo hotel room. Cheers, Craig.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
I think there's a half-spilled bottle of water around here somewhere.
I'm sure there is.
Suzanne says Stanley has led now. They lost their cool. Yeah, that's a real shame. But Craig, big question coming at you from Mr. Cards. Craig, how's it hanging?
Little to the left.
So, Ted, is this a drink that's something new to you, or is it something that you've been drinking for a while, but just up the alcohol game with it?
I've been drinking this for a while. Every time I go on a beach vacation or the islands or whatever, that's probably the only time I ever drink rum. And so it's always dark rum,
Nice.
delicious dark rum, because pretty much the only thing you can get here is like a Myers Dark, and that's okay in a pinch, but
Right.
No, I love drinking that while on vacation. It's just kind of an all-day, smooth, easy sip and drink.
Now, do you bring that back in your suitcase as checked luggage? Do you declare it, or do you have it shipped from the island?
Since this is being recorded, I will.
No, this is live.
Yeah, live. I'll give you the truth. No, I just bring it back in my luggage. No. Yeah.
Okay.
This along with half a dozen others.
Yeah. Good.
Good for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when the luggage comes in at 70 pounds, I just paid the sky cap $40 and said, "Here, check this, please."
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Here.
Good move. I'm too much of a
40
fraidy
or
back.
60. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to do something like that. I don't, I have a great fear of authority, even in my 50s. I don't know what it is. It's insane. Every time I see a cop car, I still panic, even if he's like parked in a parking lot somewhere, having breakfast. It's
okay. Yeah, kind of like when you pull up on a cop as you're driving along, and all of a sudden you drive the best you've ever had in your life.
Dude, I was driving up.
There you go.
I was driving up to New England for something, and I got stuck behind a cop, and like people are going by him, but I'm like, I don't have the balls to do this. It was like freaking like 20 miles, and I'm like, why am I going at 55 miles an hour? I felt like you should just pull off the highway, take a deep breath, take a nap, and then get back on the highway, and maybe I'd be okay. But I was worried he was going to do one of those woos where he pulls over and he's going to try to nail somebody, and then he'd get me like 10 minutes later.
Yeah. That or while you're taking the nap, there's the tap on the window. Hey, this isn't the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, it was fun going
guys.
to London once. The first time I ever went to London, and I had a few Cuban cigars, and the woman I was traveling with, I had her put them in her makeup bag. Okay, and because there isn't a guy around that's going to go through a makeup bag. There just isn't. Okay,
Right.
So bag. I had like 4 or 5 cigars, but I was sweating bullets the whole time. I said, "Look, if anything happens, I'll step up. Don't worry about it." But went right through customs and security, and boom, done. And I got home and I had Cuban cigars. So I was.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Global Entry. Global Entry is fantastic. It's the technology is amazing now. You don't put your fingers in. You don't do anything.
Dude,
literally, I've walked into Tom Bradley at LAX, and I didn't even know a camera took a photo of me, and they were waving me through. Ted, come on through.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm glad the suitcase full of all the great food that I brought back from Europe last summer made it through okay. All good.
I'll tell you what, the technology is too good. And Ted, the first time probably freaked you out too, because like I'm trying to do the machines, but it's like go, but it didn't do the old process, and I didn't know what to happen. Then I got up to the lady, and she's like, go. I'm like, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, new technology. But I just it felt so weird. And I will tell you, when I checked into Delta, I signed up for their digital ID program. I used to feel like, oh, they shouldn't have my picture, but come on, it's too late for that. I signed up for the digital ID, and it was awesome because I just stepped up to the counter. Boop, it said, knew exactly who I was. I didn't have to take anything out of my pocket and go. And soon I'm going to be able to board the plane that way and just walk through security that way. I won't even need a ticket anymore.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, I am a big fan of the Fast Pass. Wherever you can get the Fast Pass, you do the Fast Pass.
I liked Fast Pass a lot more than Disney GD.
Yeah.
Totally change the topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we've been able to do that in the past, Glenn.
No, good stuff. Yeah, while everybody else, the thousands are looking at you, it's like, why did you go right through? It's like, well, I paid a little money and I spent a little time. All good. And it's so funny when I had to do the first interview, because I'm on my second round. I'm in my second 5-year tranche of Global Entry. When I had to go do my interview with Customs back, I think 8 years ago now, there was another guy with a customs officer getting his interview done, and they literally have your entire background when they're doing this. This guy's being interviewed, and he had to be probably at least 10, 12 years older than me. The customs agent asked him, so sir, what happened in 1971?
Wow.
He was like, what? What do you mean? What happened in 1971? And so he tells him what he has up on his screen. Oh, well, I thought I had that taken care of and all that. And he says, well, no, you don't. And no, you are rejected.
Oh,
wow. Baby,
Wow.
You are out.
Oh my God.
Wow. So figure anybody who has global entry is okay in my book. Yeah, you're pretty clean. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Ted. I may have told this story on here before, but I'm in my third tranche now, and my second global entry ended on my birthday this past year in November. Right, so I didn't realize it was going to be over on my birthday, and I went to go sign into Delta for a flight that I had like a week later.
Expired.
And I'm like, I don't know, pre-check. So I could, it was a freaking nightmare. And I had to go, again, real first world problem here. I had to go to the website, push a couple of buttons, pay him a fee. I had to go out without it on the way out, but in 48 hours I was reapproved.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or you have your passport updated, and then you're trying to log into the global entry. It's like, I don't remember my ID and password. I don't remember what email I gave them.
Right. Yeah, it was so many years ago.
Yeah.
But that is why I keep my AOL address. It's eternal.
That's right up there with SBC Global.
Right.
I love it.
Ted,
Glenn is a self-prescribed dinosaur. I love that.
Bro, I'm getting some concert tickets from somebody coming up in April, and he's like, what's a Ticketmaster thing? So I had to look it up. It was my AOL account because I probably had that account since the early 90s. You know?
God.
That's too funny.
Ted, I actually got on AOL in my early days as a journalist, right around 91, 92. I got out of college in 93, and I wrote an article that included them. And this is back when you had to pay for all of it. And I got some sort of, free thing, so I wouldn't have to pay $30 a month to test it out. And then they never shut it off, and then it went free. So I just kind of got trapped into an AOL email real super early.
Awesome.
But
he almost brought down Warner Brothers.
But it also gives me street cred if I ever want to claim I am an AHOA member hotel owner, because they all have AOL.
Oh man!
Oh, that was good. That was priceless.
Bold statement, Glenn. Bold statement. All right.
Suzanne has had hers since 1994. That's awesome.
Wow.
How's producer Suzanne doing? God.
All right. So you had mentioned so many sick people coming out of LA when we were talking just before the show. Wait, hold on one second. Amy is saying, I remember paying over $160 a month for AOL, sir. It's $160 a month?
Oh, wow.
Are you sure
Amy,
about
that must have been internet service too to get that little noise box.
Every time you got that bill, Amy, did you get smacked in the back of the head? That was your change.
I feel like maybe that's when AOL was rolling in all those adult services as well, or something like that. Nikki says, "Love the shirt, Ted."
Go Raiders, Raider Nation, Raider faithful. It's the last week of pro football, and although my Raiders suck this year, we have our full-time coach, and you're actually playing in the black hole a week from Sunday. So everybody that goes there, enjoy it. It will be a great time. I've been to the stadium a couple of times for a couple of games, and I've been to that one and SoFi and the one here in Phoenix a couple of times. SoFi nearly melted to death on the one weekend when it was actually 100 degrees in LA, and they decided not to have air conditioning there. But the Raiders Stadium in the middle of August, when it's 120 degrees outside, was a balmy 72 on the inside. And lovely with very cold libations all at the same time.
Yeah,
outstanding.
I have not yet been over to Allegiant.
And walking distance of Mandalay Bay. So I mean, you can leave the stadium, walk right across the Sky Bridge, go right into Mandalay Bay, and just have whatever kind of fun you want to have. Good stuff.
That is good stuff, particularly since they're redesigning that place, and our friends over at Carver have the flanker over the Flanker Sports Bar over there, which is absolutely
great place.
Awesome.
We had a great time there.
And I do want to just address Amy's comment here. Amy says it was an AOL bill. Yes, Amy, I believe that. I know. Totally.
We're aware.
Nikki is seeing the Stones at Allegiant in May. I really got to go see these guys on this tour.
Welcome to the party.
That's going to be the next band I'm going to regret not seeing if I don't catch them on this tour. I'm still I'm still angry at myself for the Tom Petty miss when I had a chance to go and I didn't.
Wow,
I am not seeing the Stones this year. I saw them in a pre-COVID world when Charlie Parker was still alive, or Charlie Watts was still alive. And they were all alive, so I'm going to keep that alive and in my memory.
Yeah, I saw him back then as well, and George Thorogood was the opening act. So great
stuff.
Show. Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah, speaking of Vegas, I'm going in a couple of weeks with my wife and some friends of ours, and we were looking at, who's in concert, and it's like, okay, well, Adele, let's go see Adele. Great, it's $3,500 a seat for Adele. Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, who else is here? Oh, U2 is playing at the Sphere. Okay, great. Middle of the pack seats, $4,000 a seat. I've seen U2 8 times, so I was like, okay, great. We're not going to do that either. So we're going throwback, boys. We're going way throwback, and we're going to go see at Harrah's Showroom, old school with the booth, the 2-drink minimum, Donny Osmond live in concert.
Just
there you go.
announced that he's coming back. It's great that you got those tickets. I've been knocking off some old schoolers. I saw Wayne Newton
I
and
was gonna say
Barry
you saw
Manilow
Wayne, yeah.
last year, which was great. And Tequila Ted, man, I know exactly where you're coming from. So I'm going to go see these Fish shows over at the Sphere, and I'm lucky enough that I have acquired tickets, and I'm trying to get some for my friends. But they're going for like $4 or $5 grand per
Yeah.
seat per night.
Per seat per night. Yes. I can think of a lot of things to do with $10,000 for two people. And it's more, and it better be a hell of a lot more fun than 2 hours with your.
You could, you know what, Ted? You could get a booth at the sports bar at Fontainebleau for $10,000. Of course, there's a $2,000 food and beverage minimum on top of that. But
of course,
why watch the football game? At the stadium when you could watch it for more over at one of the resorts. But speaking about music, Tequila Ted.
Yes.
Big music news. They announced the next band over at the Sphere, and it is going to be Dead End Company, who claimed they were done last summer, but I've decided to do, I think, 16 or 18 shows. I think it's 18 shows at the Sphere starting May 16th and going through June 22nd. Every single weekend. So that should be pretty cool.
You got any idea of the lineup on that, Glenn?
John Mayer's playing with them, and Bob Weir, and I think
Is Phil Lesh going to be there?
No, I think he's out. I think Mickey Hart's there. I'm not sure. I'm 50-50 on knowing if he's there, but I know Phil is not playing anymore. Honestly, I think it's a great move. It's the perfect venue for the Dead End Company and for the Sphere. I think it makes for a great combination, but
I would agree.
I don't really know if I'm gonna do that. I checked my calendar. I don't happen to be in Vegas at that time, and I don't think I'm going to make a special trip for this because I find it's a little slow and plodding, and I don't know if I want to do that.
Got it.
Could be, but it'll be an experience.
Yeah. Amy says, "Are you sure, Glenn? I think you think I'm eating candy." All right. And Amy is also saying, "Hey, Ted, this is important. What is your favorite tequila?"
Oh, goodness gracious. I do like Casamigos, Glenn, since you referenced that. But there's a couple of others. Clase Azul. I'm a big fan of Clase Azul. A little bit on the sweeter side. And then I think my favorite now is Adictivo. Adictivo Gold. I got turned on to that. I was playing last year in my opinion, having lived in Scottsdale for well over 40 years now, the best golf course here in all of Scottsdale, which is Scottsdale National. Our most premium private golf course with only 150 members. I had the privilege to play with one of the members. Got introduced to the tequila by him after one of our playing partners scored his first hole-in-one.
Wow.
He's a petite man of, only 6'4", about 260 pounds.
Ooh, very delicate.
Built like a linebacker, and he cartwheeled the entire 160 yards to go collect his ball.
What?
And then we had black tie service out on the golf course on the next hole with a bottle of Adictivo and glasses until we finished the bottle. We're not talking the 3/4 liter boys. We are talking the handle size of
That's
Adictivo.
awesome. And on the next hole, everybody scored a 75.
Yeah. Score was optional. Yeah. After a couple holes,
Score was optional. I like that.
Yeah, right. You can't do better than that.
Scoring was optional, and the best part of that golf course is you can drive the golf carts pretty much anywhere, including the tee boxes, except for lakes and sand traps. So, as the soiree kept going on, you didn't have to, you could miss the targets fairly easily still.
Right. So important question. Well, Suzanne says, I used to have Donnie and Marie dolls. So Suzanne and to all of you out there, were you a little bit country? Or were you a little bit rock and roll?
Ooh, that's a good question.
There you go.
So Ted, how do you feel about that?
I'm kind of split down the middle. Late in the past few years, I've become a big fan of country. Toby Keith, saw him in concert in December in Vegas at the Dolby Live Theater. Put on a hell of a show for 2.5 hours.
Wow!
And this is a man who's I think, still battling cancer, but coming back
Right.
from stomach cancer.
Yeah.
He's a former shell of himself, but it has not affected his voice nor his
awesome.
ability to perform. So that was a great show. But yeah, love the old school 80s rock, Van Halen, Kiss, Motley Crue, all of those guys. That's good stuff.
So Suzanne is totally country, which is good to know. Kim is telling us alternative these days. Kim, that was not one of the choices, country or rock and roll.
Yeah, alt wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to stick. Now, those were the rules laid out by Donnie and Marie in the 70s. We're not making the rules here, so I'm sorry.
Exactly.
We make
There are
no
only two
rules.
lanes.
We
There are only
make
two
no
lanes.
rules.
Right.
Yeah, 2 lanes. You can't pick other. There's no other.
I'm a little post-punk Afro-funk, but you don't see me trying to bring that in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because the lineup on Sirius XM in my car has BPM and Diplo and all of that, it also has Red, White, and Booze and hardcore country and heavy metal and alt 80s. Yeah, it has all that.
I've now significantly bullied Kim into an answer. Okay, country.
Okay.
Keep that up, Glenn. You're going to get us canceled. I'm telling you.
Come on, Kim,
I keep
listen.
Ted. Every freaking week, I try to get us canceled. You know what it's like trying to do a show like this every Friday night at 5 o'clock? I just want to get it to bed. I'm wiped out. I'm exhausted. But no, the show just keeps going on and on and on. Week after week. All right. So Suzanne is now asking, hey, what's the take on Billy Joel's new song? Suzanne, I know you sent it to me. I have not heard it yet. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Kim says
with Elton John, and that's about it.
Yeah, I keep meaning to see. I've been trying, Ted, to get to go see Billy Joel because I'm from Long Island and I'm legally required, of course, to like Billy Joel, and I did growing up. And I've been meaning to go to see this residency that he's had for like 10 years at the Garden, and I haven't made it yet, and he's just about to end it, so I'm screwing that up.
Isn't he coming out to do a residency with Sting in Vegas?
He's doing a show or 2 shows or something like that.
Okay.
They're doing something with Stevie Nicks, I believe.
Okay.
All right. Nikki's saying we need to look up Wheeler Walker Jr.
Wheeler Walker Jr. Sounds like a lot.
Country. I don't know. I'm not a big.
Sounds like country. Yeah, a name like that. That's country.
Ted, I'm not a country fan, and I'm a little bit scared to say it these days because there are so many of you out there. I feel like you're coming after me. They're like, take our dead dogs and drinking problems and screw your jam band hippie smoking pot ways.
Well, I mean, Glenn, I do live in the most western town, Scottsdale, Arizona, one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And tomorrow is the culmination of Western Week, which is the Parada del Sol Parade, which is the largest parade in the world, I believe, with nothing but horses. So it's all horse parades. It's the Hash Knife Pony Express. It is everything. So tomorrow I will trade in my Raiders sweatshirt for all of my Western gear, cowboy hat. I'll have my real 6-shooters on. You have an open carry law in the state of Arizona. Yes, for all of you that are anti-gun, I do have the NRA sticker on the back of this laptop. So, Ted,
there's nothing wrong with responsible gun ownership.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? We're going to go have breakfast and drink screwdrivers and keep our guns in our holsters.
Nice. Well, when people talk to me about my guns, and I'm like, yeah, baby.
Glenn's showing it off, baby. There it is.
Yeah. All right. We got some more stuff coming from our cavalcade out there. Suzanne is saying she got her tickets for Mike Del Guidice or Guidice 3-2. Billy Joel's backup singer. Can't wait. Sadly, the concert is only him doing the backup line. So like every 3 minutes. Ooh, yeah. I definitely deserve that one, Craig.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, Amy saying, fun fact, Donny Osmond was riding in Michael Jackson's car. Yes, Jackson was driving. That's weird. I feel like maybe it was on that little car ride at Disneyland or something like that, and was one of the first people ever to hear Thriller. Michael played it over and over again. They loved it. That's so cool.
Oh, Glenn. Hey, Glenn, that's going on a T-shirt. Oh, Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's hysterical. All right. So
Suzanne gets the first one.
yeah. So Ted, you're saying
And you have to have a serial number on it, Craig. It's like limited edition, 1 of 1.
Yeah, 1 of 1. It'll be FNA 1 of 1.
That's it.
Yeah.
Amy says, I think it was a Bentley. That's probably correct. I totally think Michael Jackson had a bunch of Bentleys, if I'm not.
Amy, did you get that from Google or what?
She probably got it from her memory. She's very good with that kind of stuff. Well, we'll find out though. Amy, you got to let us know. Man, this show is going to really suck for those people listening on the audio feed later. There's a lot of a lot of visual stuff going on. But so Tequila Ted,
Yes.
it was interesting. He said a lot of people came at Alice kind of sick, and Craig over here was one of them. It looks like.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. Craig, what happened to you, buddy?
Again, I'm blaming Steve Senft, our last guest. He was here on Friday, and
He's a good person
in
to
the
blame.
studio. Yep. I was feeling tired when I got out of LA, but I was actually feeling pretty good. And then all of a sudden, it was the sore throat, runny nose, and it just turned into a sinus infection. And I've been on antibiotics this week. So obviously no alcohol, but it was just headaches and it was terrible. Now I did COVID test twice.
Right.
They're both negative. I talked to some of our mutual friends, Emmy Highs over at CoStar, Bruce Ford, Logic Econometrics, and various others. And they were saying, I wasn't feeling good when I got out of there, blah, blah. And Emmy Highs was saying because of her sinuses being backed up, she was having all types of hearing and ear pain on the airplane going home. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I've heard from a lot of people myself, Craig. A lot of folks that I'm following up from post conference, and they're like, I was laid up. I was sick for a couple of days. I had the junk, and people are just kind of calling it the junk now, whatever it is. That can be flu, COVID, sinus, cold, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I think it was Craig. I think it was a combination of all the rain we had Monday, which didn't help things. And then it was cold. The absolute cleanliness of downtown Los Angeles, California,
Gotham City,
in all of its glory, Gotham City with the tweaker RVs and the zombies walking around and hopscotching needles and all the other fun stuff, combined with having meetings with a couple thousand of your best friends, late nights at all the industry events, and probably people got just a little rundown, a little tired. Me, I just tried to keep a healthy level of vodka in my system at all time to kill all the bacteria. So when I got home, my head and my lungs thanked me, but my liver and my kidneys did not. So I judiciously took them out. I have them on a drip dry line until today, being my first cocktail back since Alice, and in preparation for next week's shit show, which I've actually have labeled because it's the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Oh my goodness! Now that's a golf tournament or something?
It is a golf tournament. Glenn, you are obviously uninitiated in the world of golf.
I am. Listen, I never took to golf. I was never able to deal with golf, and I was told by so many people, if I didn't play golf, I'd never have a career. So
here's the funny thing of it, Glenn. At Waste Management, the most heavily attended day will be Saturday.
Yeah,
you will have 250,000 people out on this golf course at all of the skyboxes with all of the booze going on, and you cannot tell if you are attending in person that there is a golf tournament happening. It is just a human zoo of humanity.
Ted, when you first told me the name of the event, I swore I thought you said Wasted Management, and that really fits.
Well, that's what we call it. We do call it wasted
all right, there you go. So that makes sense. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I have my wristbands for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Saturday I'm going to sleep all day, and then throw a Super Bowl party at my house for Sunday.
Right, hold on. I need to stomp out some lies. Kim is saying I don't like golf carts. I do like golf carts.
He likes golf carts. He just doesn't like golf.
I just don't like no, golf carts are great because I can drive around, drink, and just harass people. That's a lot of fun. I don't like when other people drive golf carts and go too fast down hills and stuff because I frighten easily. I'm very delicate, as we've discussed, but I do like golf carts.
Actually, I love golf carts. I love being driven. I love being chauffeured around because, when you have to manipulate a cigar in your hand, a cocktail, a golf glove, a rangefinder, and a golf club all at the same time, driving just goes out the window. You can't do that either.
Right.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I think you got a point there, Tom.
I will tell you
Yeah, I
what. I'm very
Man's got
jealous.
to know his limitations, Craig.
Yeah.
That's probably why I end up driving Glenn around in my golf cart because he's got a
about to-
cigar in one hand and a drink in the other.
Yeah,
So,
I was going to say, I'm very jealous of Craig because he has a golf cart, and no, he doesn't live in the villages. He's still allowed to have a golf cart.
Yeah, and when Glenn's leaning out just a little bit, Craig, you don't turn sharp left at all, do you, to throw him out?
Nope, not at all.
That's never happened. Yeah.
Like 4 times on the last trip.
Yeah, last
like,
year,
we're gonna go
Pay
straight.
that insurance bill. Be quiet.
last year we were playing golf with some of our architects over at Trump National in Rancho Palos Verdes, and I was the passenger, and we were playing a little modified scramble due to a few too many double beverages by the aforementioned architects who basically were trying to just do snowmen in the sand bunkers. That's when we had to pull them out, rake it up, throw them in the golf cart. And so I'm leaning down to pick up some of the golf balls that were hit to move forward. And my chauffeur surreptitiously decided while I'm leaning down picking up this ball to take a sharp left. And Craig, I did the quintessential tuck and roll. I had four rolling somersaults in the whole thing. It was quite the ride. Good stuff. So shout outs to Tima Bell and Scott Sullivan and Stephen Opp for probably the most memorable round of golf in my life, or forgettable, depending on which way you want to look at it.
Yeah. It sounds like a good time, but I'm not the one that wants to do the tuck and roll. I don't bounce anymore. I break.
Hey! It's all. Yes, he is.
Adam Sandler's the best golfer ever, says Mr.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Nobody plays golf better with a hockey stick than Adam Sandler.
I think Bob Barker's pretty good golfer.
Little chappy, just a little tapper. Tap it in. You got it. You got it, Happy.
That's absolutely hysterical. Yeah, so sorry everybody got sick coming out of LA. I did not. I'm very happy to
way to go, Glenn.
I think that the In-N-Out burgers and just the constant snacking at everybody's cocktail parties is what did it for me. Plus, I was running from event to event so fast, disease couldn't catch up with me. Like,
there you go. Yeah, you outran the devil. There you go.
I know.
Oh no, boys! I finished my first double. I got to go again.
Go again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, how is that rum?
You know what? It's actually pretty darn tasty. You know what? Let's just go straight up. Let's see how it tastes this way.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that is yummy and delicious.
There you go. Because that really looks like a good rum with a nice cigar and sit outside.
It is a delicious rum. I got it for $9 local. So, I mean, not all great rum has to be expensive. I also bought a very expensive rum while I was on the islands too. So it's all good. I figure, for a $9 dark rum, pouring that in with Diet Pepsi is okay.
Yeah.
So, right. Totally. So the expensive rum, is it commensurate in yumminess compared to the pricing versus the $9 rum? Which is the better deal in the end?
Yes, because that's like fine tequila, like Adictivo tequila. It is a sipping. You're sipping it, and you're enjoying it with like a fine cigar out on a back patio or on the golf course or whatever. Right. It's commensurate with that. It's like a fine. I'm not a Scotch guy, but it's like a fine Scotch. Yeah, and actually, some of my finer rums, I've poured this for friends of mine when they come over to my house and like, what kind of Scotch is this? And I said, it's not, it's rum. And they are blown away.
Right. Well, I think we were all raised in an era where like rum and tequila were the shitty, cheap drinks that you got, right? We weren't exposed to that was quality. That we just thought was like a whiskey or something like that. Right. But I'm really glad that I discovered that, those categories of spirits have such great booze. And that's why I love like Casamigos and the Clase Azul as well. I love.
You have to try the Adictivo sometime, Glenn. That's good stuff.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
Adictivo, like addict.
Just generally.
Addict, ADDICTIVO.
Okay, cool.
And they have it in silver and also añejo.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah, we'll try
Reposado.
that
They have
next
a
time we're
black
in Vegas,
edition.
Glenn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The cool thing about the bottle is at my home, we just actually finished it on my last party here. Is that the in the handle size, which isn't a handle, it's just a very large bottle. The top of it actually has a equivalent of about a shot and a half of tequila in it. So you can actually, it's very utilitarian. You don't even need a glass to drink
Yeah.
it. You can take the top off, peel the little rubber stopper part off, drink that, and then just kind of refill that for you and your friends.
Friends.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's convenient. That's way too
Yeah.
convenient.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, it is, Craig. Because the
It's
more you
movie
have,
night.
the more you have, the more you have of that, the better you feel. And you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
It's so good. You do not wake up with a hangover in the morning, which is the best part.
Yeah,
You're not turning on the heater at night either. You're all warm and fuzzy.
All right, so I don't know if
you
y'all.
go.
Yeah, you see the cap there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Boy,
pretty.
Glenn, I mean, you've been taking lessons from producer Dave? Look at that.
No, I get stuff done.
Oh.
Dave has actually gotten really good at doing all of that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I
He's been
like
doing
when he's
great.
here and he's putting up stuff and really helping add to it. All right, so I also want one thing I wanted to talk about. What's really interesting is that psychedelics and microdosing and stuff seems to really be coming into the mainstream. Culture is accepting it. Science is starting to do stuff on it. And there's a psychedelic retreat company, and they do something called the Journeyman Collected, and they are seeing 183% increase in guest bookings. So according to reports, the psychedelic drug market is expected to reach $6.4 billion in the next 10 years. Right now, it's at almost $1.2 billion. So
Wow.
I think this is really interesting to me and gets me very curious as to what's going on over there. So forget the weed hotels. Maybe psychedelic retreats are going to be the next big thing. What do you guys think?
Are all the rooms padded at that point?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Mr. Carter's saying, do I microdose? No, I do not microdose. I haven't been exposed to that. I don't want to do any actual stuff right now. I'm not sure I can handle it. Back when I experimented with doing that stuff in my 20s, right? And I didn't do it that much. There was always one point in a trip where I was not happy. And I was worried about being able to breathe, and I'd panic, and I don't want that again. So I don't know. Maybe I could do it with a shaman, shaman type figure, or do this microdosing thing at some point.
Well,
Who knows?
You and Aaron Rodgers. You can go
I can
into
just
that
see the
dark room.
conversation. I can see the conversation with my insurance carrier. Yeah, I just opened up this hotel. What's the theme? Microdosing. Your insurance is canceled. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, insurance costs are getting so high anyway. A lot of hoteliers can't deal with it. They might as well just go all out and have magic mushroom retreats.
Yeah, exactly. So roll the dice every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 700% increase in some areas. Yeah, there you go. The insurance is gone. Let's microdose.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Particularly in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about tonight.
See, and I wasn't the first one to say something disparaging about Florida. Okay, I just want that noted, Suzanne.
I love my Floridians. I got a lot of friends in Florida. I'll be there in May.
I've got friends there. I just don't care for the state.
little too flat and a little too humid for me.
Yeah,
seriously.
I like the dry heat.
Ted,
Yeah,
I was
the dry desert heat is much more palatable compared to that swamp wet heat. No, thank you.
I was down in Miami a couple of weeks ago where I got to see the incredible doctor producer Suzanne, but it's freaking humid in January. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me with this? I'm like, January, it's humid now down here. That was just that was too much for me.
I'll take my humidity in doses generally when I'm on vacation, only having to wear a bathing suit. And
wait, are we going back to the last conversation we had? No, we're talking about doses. What?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Sorry, Ted. I'm sure by now you've realized I'm a dumbass. So
All good.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is one of the things I love doing when I'm flying is I like watching movies. I don't know about you, Ted, but I said here on the show before, for some reason, when I'm on airplanes, I love movies a lot more than I do at home. Maybe it's like the lack of oxygen or something like that. But
Right. Now, Glenn, when you get dialed into one of those, do you watch the same movie like a couple of times when you're flying because
no,
everything else is crap, or no?
No,
He does because he's microdosing.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I
He
don't.
microdoses. That way he forgets that he actually saw the movie before.
Right.
So he sees it up again while he has a cocktail in his hand. It's like, oh, this looks like a good new one. Let me try this. Let me try the Barbie movie. I've not seen that one.
Right. Tell me you have not completely forgotten movies that you've seen and then watched them again and still weren't sure if you've seen them.
A million
Oh,
percent.
Yeah, there's so many movies that are just so forgettable. They're not good. They're not bad. You just don't remember them, you know?
But
they're all part of the plus.
I completely understand that. You know, every day a gallon of information gets shoved into my brain, and I've got a shot glass size to retain it.
Right. Yeah.
There's bound to be a little stuff spills out and totally forgotten.
So I've been watching cool movies like Treasure of the Sierra Madre and Singing in the Rain and some noir pictures. Right. So this time I watched the 1968 Batman with Adam West and Burt Ward.
Oh my God!
Frank Gorshin.
And had the top 4 criminals. So yeah, Frank Gorshin,
Cesar Romero, Frank Gorshin, Burgess Meredith, and
Catwoman. Who was she?
Played,
there were multiple of them. There were multiple Catwomans, but in the
but in the movie it was
right.
God, I can see her.
I totally forgot her name too.
It wasn't Merriweather, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Good one, Craig. Yes.
Let me pull that one out. Oh,
there you go.
This was such a dumb effing movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you liked the Bat boat because you wanted to put it in front of your house you're building here.
They showed all the They showed all the toys.
Yeah, it was like all of it was
the Batcopter.
Yep.
The Penguin submarine.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really hysterical, which was, by the way, World War II surplus that the government just sold to the Penguin and didn't ask for an address or anything like that. They only got a P.O. box. And the general was like, whoa, did I make a mistake doing that?
Yeah.
It was great. But my favorite part,
bad acting, bad special effects.
Oh my God. Kim John is saying Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar was Catwoman
in the
original, but not in the movie.
Not in this movie.
She was having contract issues.
In the series,
right.
Yeah.
And Eartha Kitt also played Catwoman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They had a lot of Catwoman.
Long before Sean Young went and tried to show up at the studio dressed as Catwoman for
And the funny thing was, Catwoman had this black cat that she just basically like carry with her, but it didn't do anything. It just kind of like hung there. It was like a real cat, but didn't do anything. There's this whole scene with like Batman, like holding the cat, and doing all sorts of stuff. It was so
Glenn, next week, if you're at home, grab one of your cats and hold it for the entire show on Friday Night Audit.
What's that?
Next week, if you're at home,
I am
Friday Night Audit. Grab one of your cats and hold it for the entire show.
I don't know.
Not gonna happen.
No, I don't want to get scratched up that much. Those fuckers will not like it at all. God damn it! I have to put on one of those like suits that you wear if you're going into a nuclear protection zone or something like that, like in Chernobyl. Then maybe I could get away with it. Who knows? I don't know.
Glenn, I'll have my daughter works for Carhartt. I'll have her send you some of those, thick coveralls and the thick gloves and everything. There you go. Then you'll have your armor. Okay.
That's what this sweatshirt is. Best sweatshirt in the world.
No, they make fantastic clothing. She's opening up a new store for the company. Plug for my daughter Bianca Torres. She's crushing it. She's opening up a new store for them.
Ted,
Alabama.
Ted, you're not allowed to plug before the Plug-a-Palooza. I mean, come on, man. This is like, didn't you go over these rules with him beforehand?
No, because I wanted to do this because I wanted you to get all excited.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna make it. We're gonna make this right.
Glenn, I got to give you the lead.
Yes, all right, Ted. We're gonna make this right now. Right, it's a moment you've been waiting for, the Plug-a-Palooza, where we get to shamelessly plug. Ted, has your daughter been up to anything recently that's interesting?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Glenn, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. My massively intelligent and dynamic daughter, Bianca Torres, who works for Carhartt. She actually manages their store in Seattle, Washington. Well, in the area in Renton. She's part of the new store openings team. So the December, she opened Fort Worth, and right now she's opening up Birmingham, Alabama.
Nice.
Congratulations to her. That's wonderful.
That's pretty cool, because that's a really cool job where you get to go and be somewhere for a while and kind of get to know the area, right?
Yeah. She gets to be there for a couple of weeks at a time, get to meet people,
awesome.
From all over the country, and see the different cultures.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you, Andrea. Your Broncos still suck.
Oh,
yeah. And Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. Yeah, they both suck.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
but isn't Russ headed to the Raiders?
God, no, please. No, the head case can stay away.
He's going to the Jets, Glenn.
Yeah. Hey, look, Tom Brady's
lucky us.
Brady's a part owner in the Raiders. He will never let Russ over there. No way.
Probably not.
No way.
Probably not.
Ted, tell us a little about Creed.
Creed, I don't know what we do. God, I think I forgot the pitch after making it about 1,000 times last week.
Creed, damn it.
Creed stands for, it's an acronym, Commercial Real Estate Development Enterprises. And
wait. I thought you were named after that guy from The Office.
No.
Oh,
no. They're not named after Apollo or the guy from The Office. Neither one.
Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. He's coming up tonight.
Yes.
Poor Carl.
Oh, goodness gracious. No, I love Apollo Creed. But anyway, Creed, we are a owner's representation, construction management, and development advisory firm. We work in 37 states, a team of 170 folks on our very talented team, working on 163 projects of all varieties and asset classes, from self-storage to hospitality to industrial to multifamily. Not just in hospitality, but that's one of our strong suits. My personal strong suit, I've been around for a long time, second generation hotelier. And so I head up hospitality for the group, and we do a lot of great work for some outstanding clients, and going to be expanding that whole portfolio. So for folks that need renovation help or ground up new build help, where you need some assistance with a professional team that can help manage that entire process with architects, designers, general contractors, whatnot, give us a call.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good plug. I love it. He's taking full advantage, Craig.
Absolutely.
How are you? How about you? You're going to beat that?
Yes, we are. Because you know why? We're going to mention Creed in our plug as well, because maybe they'll be part of the development deal of the year for next year. California Lodging Investment Conference number 7, March 6th and 7th at the Westin South Coast Plaza Hotel. Register now at cliconference.com. We still got a few seats left. We'd love to have you there. We've got brands, we've got owners, operators, management, asset management. And we've got a group that takes the ass out of asset management that'll be there as well, and a lot of other third-party professionals. So really looking forward to it. We've got our trade associations as well, and we're making our contributions to the scholarship programs at our various trade organizations. Thank you to the attendees for participating in that. Then Click Connect is back. We've got new episodes. Really excited. We're halfway through season 9. We've got, look at that. And
Elvis the Wonder Dog is in the house. He's been on my sofa the entire time. And Craig, I did my podcast, or the podcast with you a little while ago, and I just wanted to give Elvis props. He's my 17-year-old little Iron Man.
Love it. That's great.
Now he wants to get down. You think a cat wants to sit on an arm for an hour? Hell, not a dog.
Not a dog. But,
Craig, I'm going to cliconference.com right now. What am I going to find at cliconference.com?
You're going to be able to register for Click 7. You're also going to find Click Connect, our interview show. You're going to be able to find connections to No Vacancy News there. You've got our blog and a few other things. Lots of photographs from the past 6 conferences as well.
Craig, also let everybody know that if you are trying to book a room at the West and South Coast Plaza, try as you may, you're going to go to a room block from last year, and no, the block is sold out. So
block is sold out, but we do have rooms down the street at the Crown Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need that, give Glenn a call. He'll give you the link. No, contact me and I'll
don't call me. I'm useless, but you all have figured that out by now. All right. I want to thank the good folks at First Hospitality for having me here in Toledo to deliver a keynote address yesterday. I had so much fun, speaking to like 300 or so of their associates, all about how to empower your networking to really help deliver more results to your hotel. Next weekend, I'm going to, the 15th, 16th, I'm going to be at NEWH in Nashville. I'm going to be actually a guest on a panel speaking on how to create podcasts. That should be a whole lot of fun. I'll be hosting Remington Hospitality's event the last week of February. And next week, I'll actually be in the home office. So we got 3 new No Vacancy shows, plus an all-new Friday Night Audit coming at you next week. Plus, I'm going to be speaking to the good folks over at U.S. News and World Report on Monday and releasing the results when I'm allowed to tell you what some of the coolest hotels are in the world, according to U.S. News and World Report. All right, Mr. Cards is heading to Ohio for the Extreme World Tour. I'm going to be heading to the lobby for some extreme barring. I want to thank you guys for being here today. Have a good day, and we'll see you next week on the one and only
Aloha.
Friday Night
Adios.
Audit.